Hey, it's Kat from Fit Kitty Tries, and my house is a mess. I don't have groceries, but my taxes are done, and I only got them in 1 day late. So if you're a small business owner in Canada, GST return taxes were due on June 16th, and I'm going to show you how to do them really quick and easy and messy. If you are a small business and Etsy seller, this is possibly the most valuable video I'm ever going to make, and I am willing to sacrifice my absolute messy background to show you how to do this really quick and easy with a couple of the spreadsheets that I created for myself so I could do it in a matter of an afternoon. So make sure you're subscribed and let's get into the video. All right, let's start with what you are going to need to do this. You're going to need my two spreadsheets, the Etsy Canada GST Remittance Calculator 2.0. It looks like this. And you're also going to need my new spreadsheet, your Fast and Easy Business Tax Return Sheet. So if you don't have those, make sure you get down to the link in the description and grab both of those. The next thing we're going to need is basically a bunch of expense receipts. So we're going to need our Etsy order downloads for the entire year. You're going to need Etsy tax summaries for every month. And then you're going to need to get your Printify summaries, again, all of the PDFs that they provide you and any other expense receipts. So if you are using something like a monthly expense tracker, such as this one, it's going to be a lot easier for you because hopefully you have put in all of your expenses for each month as well as how much tax you paid on the expenses. But no worries if not, I'm going to show you how to do this pretty raw dog here. So as you can see for my expenses, I've got Canva Premium here. I know I pay $16.99 for it for every month. So I've just put in the total here, $16.99 times 12. I don't pay any GST on that. That is tax-free. So you're going to do that with any membership expenses that you pay for every month. And it's easiest just to total that just like that. All right, I also pay for Printify Premium and they charge 5% GST. So I can use this drop down here to calculate that and it'll match up with what those invoices say. Next up is our Etsy fees. So this is going to require you to download every single monthly statement. You're going to go to your Etsy store dashboard, go to Finances. You're going to go to Monthly Statements, which is right here. Choose a month. You'll need to do this for every single month. And then you're going to download your tax statement here. When you open that tax statement, you're going to see all of these fees that you paid, and you're also going to see how much tax you paid. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the total amount as well as the tax amount and enter them into each column here. Now, what I choose to do is to total these all together. So I've got this sum sheet here. So I could do for like Etsy expenses. I could just total up all of the expenses. So we got $193.44, $93.44. And then I could also do the Etsy taxes, add all those up for the various months. So we got $20.80. And you're going to do that for every single month. So let's do another one here. Let's just go to May. Say we're doing all of them. And for May, we've got $336.80 as well as $35.99. So we'll put those in there. You're going to do that for every single month, basically. And then you'll go back to your spreadsheet here and just put the total amount. So Etsy fees for the year. Once you've added them all up, it should be this item here. And then again, for the taxes, you're just going to enter it in here. It's best to add up all the taxes as opposed to trying to use this here, just because Etsy charges taxes on certain things and then certain things they don't. So it's never going to be actually 5% of whatever the total fees are. Same thing with Printify. They charge tax on some things, but not others. So it's best that you just add it all up. Okay. Next, we're going to get our Printify summary invoices. So you're going to go to your Printify dashboard. You're going to go to Wallet, and you're going to go to Payments. Hopefully, you have your summary payments turned on here so that you don't have to do per order invoices. And then you're going to need to download each and every one of these. Now, there is a trick to do this without doing every single one and only doing the Canadian ones, which is what I did. I downloaded all the Canadian ones because those are the ones that are going to have taxes charged on them. Then what I did for the rest of them is I actually looked at my credit card statement and just was able to filter all of my Printify charges to get a total amount of money that I paid on Printify, which what I would do there is put the absolute total that I paid and then the total amount of taxes I paid. Now, if you can't do that, or if that's not as easy, what you are going to need to do is download every single one of these. And then same thing, you can use this sum sheet over here to start to add them up. So I'll do the example of the Printify tax. So let's start with this one here. We've got 3441 HST, we've got 468, we've got 208. So I just go back over here and I start adding those in. And then I'm going to do that for the next one. Same thing, 350, 1070, 162. Go ahead and add those in there. And you're going to do that for every single month to find out how much tax you paid on your Printify expenses. You're also going to need to do this for the actual amount that you paid. So we got 126.72 here. And then we're going to go to the next one and we've got 286.33. So you're just going to tally up all of the expenses and all of the tax that you paid and then put it in here, right? Put how much you paid in taxes. Now, if you don't have the ability to just look at your credit card statement and figure out how much you paid in total to Printify in Canadian dollars, you are going to have to download all of those statements for each country, which is really annoying. And the annoying part about this is Printify only started billing in Canadian dollars halfway through 2023. So you're going to have to look at these US dollar ones. So we've got a total of 66.40 and then we've got a total of 409.50. So let's put those in there. We got 66.40, 409.50, and then we're going to add all those up. So we could go Printify USD. And once we get that total, basically what you want to do is just multiply it by the average conversion rate. So if we look up CAD to USD average exchange rate for 2023, it's 0.74. So what we can do here is take that total. We've got 475.90. We can just go over here, 475.90, and we're just going to divide that by 0.7408. Oops, you got to put an equal sign beforehand if you want to do that. We've got 642. You can also just type it into Google and it'll give you that number. Then we can just put that into our USD Printify. And then, of course, we didn't pay any tax on that. So you're going to want to do that for all of your expenses so that you can get a total amount of the GST that you ended up paying on all of your expenses. Now, the more important part about completing your GST return is how much money you made and how much GST you collected. This is the easiest part about this process. What you're going to need to do is to get your Etsy orders report. So you're going to go all the way down into settings. You're going to go to options. Once you get to options, you're going to go to download data. You're going to choose orders and choose the year for which you're doing your taxes. Download the CSV and open it. Once you've got that open, you can either do Control A or click here to select everything in this report, and then Control C to copy it. You're going to go over here to your Etsy GST HST remittance calculator and go to the Paste Order Report tab. Again, you can go Control A or click on here, and then you're going to go Control V or Paste to paste in all of the data. Once you've done that, it's going to spit out your totals here. This is the easiest part about it. So basically, it shows you how much you did in Canadian revenue, how much GST you collected, and then how much you did in foreign revenue, which is what you need to know to complete your GST return. So we can just copy that over here. So we've got our Etsy total amount. So that's the total amount of sales I did excluding GST, and then I can put the GST here. So again, that's just coming from these two boxes. And then finally, our foreign revenue, again, that goes into here. So I just did my return. I have never actually previously had to do these line 90 and 91, but for this year's GST return, that's what it is asking for. So basically the only things I had to fill out were line 90, line 91, and this is actually line 103 here. So these are the lines that you're going to need to enter when you log into your CRA business account to do this. So hopefully that's not too overwhelming, and it might be something you're able to do in a day. Just power through it, like I said. Don't mind my messy kitchen. The only really annoying part is that you do need to download every single monthly invoice for your Etsy fees, how much tax you paid on those, and then every single monthly invoice for the same thing for your Printify fees, how much tax you paid on those. But I will say the only thing you really need to stress about is how much GST you collected and how much income or revenue you collected. That is more important than getting it exactly right, how much GST you paid on your expenses. Now, if you're not sure how to log into your CRA account, what things to check off, not check off, check out my blog, Fit Kitty Tries. I took some screenshots as I was doing this. I obviously can't do this live because I'm not going to show you my actual account information, but I do walk you through all of the things you need to click, the checkboxes you need to check, the stuff that you can ignore. And disclaimer, I'm not a tax professional by any means, but I have done my business tax returns a few times, and I know the kind of process, the stuff you need to worry about and the stuff you really don't, especially if you are a really simple business and you only sell on Etsy. So I hope you guys found this video useful. One other tidbit I'm going to say is don't stress about every single tiny dollar and cent like I do. I'm such a perfectionist. I want to make sure I get it right. So just like I showed you how to total the amount of expenses that you paid in US dollars and then just divide it by the average rate of exchange for 2023, you don't have to be completely exact. An approximation is okay. Again, not a tax specialist, maybe not what your accountant would say, but that is the case. Like when you are reporting taxes to the CRA, like it doesn't have to be every single dime and cent. You just do your best to report as accurately as possible and really just capture the essence of what your business expenses were. As for the revenue part, you do need to be accurate with that, but that's easy because it's just one report that you download from Etsy and then you pop it into that spreadsheet, just a copy paste spreadsheet. Again, you can get those spreadsheets on my Etsy store. Link is down below, and best of luck with submitting your taxes. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, feedback, and I will do my best to help you out.